Google did a 2-year study with 180 teams, 200 interviews, to figure out what was the difference, what makes a really effective team. And the thing that they came back to as the number one thing that would show a team's effectiveness was about how much psychological safety they created. And then underneath that, if they got that, then the other 4 things were dependability, structure and clarity, meaning, and impact of the teams. So with those 4 things, you can do pretty well. Add psychological safety to that, and your team's success, how your teams thrive, elevates. So, and for a lot of men, what does that even mean? Creating psychological safety? Creating safety? We don't even feel safe in our own bodies much of the time. How can we create safety around us? And in the Mankind Project, we often start with that self-empathy. Tell me about your deepest pain. What are you afraid of? Was another question that I heard in the room earlier. So where do men go in our culture to learn how to develop this? That's why we're here. That's why the Mankind Project is here. That's why we exist. And what are the benefits? So those are the costs, and what are the benefits? So we get more effective teams. That's great. It impacts the bottom line. We've already talked about that. And it was going to transform over time this legacy of wreckage that we've created through this old paradigm so that we can actually have partnership, so that we can all thrive, so that we can start to talk about all the intersectionality that we avoid because we can't even get through one thing as men a lot of the time. And I do it because it feels good, because it feels so much better in my body, feels so much better as a father, feels so much better as a man to be alive and fully embodied, to play, to share the parts of me that I didn't share, to encourage emotional intelligence in my daughters, to invite men into deeper conversations. That's why I do it. It feels good. It benefits me, benefits my community, benefits my neighborhood. And what's at risk to change? So Jung said that there is no coming to consciousness without pain. That it's hard to do this. So I talked about the new macho, and the new macho has been shared a lot. And since I'm a masochist, I have read the comments. So it's been shared 100,000 times, and start reading the comment streams, and it's real easy to see how gender polices itself, how masculinity polices itself. Every iteration of the sensitive new age guy, yeah, that's me. And there are lots of men who assume that it was written by a woman, like as a first step. Oh, this was definitely written by a chick, because no dude would actually do this. So stepping out of the old paradigm of masculinity and into this new paradigm of masculinity, there's gonna be pushback. And I'm gonna invite you and challenge you, guys in the room, to lean into that. Lean into that pushback. And get with other guys. You don't have to do that work alone. There are organizations like the Mankind Project and others where you can do that very difficult work to process yourself out of that old way of being and into a new paradigm of masculinity. Thank you.